Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Piranha Motorsports. This week, it's time to put the blue heart in the green car. Let's get it on. Well, as you would have seen last week's episode, motor for INHONOUR is built, together, refreshed-ish. And it's time to go in the car. And today's the day to do it. So, I've got the car jacked up in the air as high as I could get it with the jack. Dad's just taking it off the engine stand. I'm about to dive underneath the car, and so here's a couple little tricks for you. You want to support the jack, support the gearbox, a engine stand against a cross member works a treat. Another one, especially if you're dealing with extractors, to make it a little bit easier, I'm going to dive underneath now and undo this side extractor and take it out completely. So there's enough room to put this side in once the engine's in. This side not, however. So I'm going to dive down, take this one off. It gives you a lot more space in the engine bay in order to be able to slide the motor around and get everything lined up. It's not too bad anyway, but yeah, it makes just life a lot easier. And then this extractor just slips straight down once the motor's in place. It's quite plenty of space underneath there then. So I'm going to jump underneath there and do that now. And meanwhile, Dad has got to put flex plate back on with a couple of spots of weld. So she's all painted up in nice Holden blue. And we just need to put a flex plate on, and then this thing can drop its guts in there. So let's get this movable shit show on the road. Okay dokie, well, it is time to put a couple of welds on some flex plate bolts. So you've probably already heard me say it a couple of times before, but we put a spot of weld on all of our flex plate bolts, sick to death of them coming undone, and taking all the measures in the world to try and stop it from happening, but it's the only thing that seems to happen. Sure, you fuck a few flexi plates and some bolts, but you know what? You get a few goes out of them and they seem to be fine, and we've never had an issue since starting to do this. So it only takes a little tiny tack on each one and away you go. Like I said, it doesn't take much, just a bzz, 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 bzz on each one, and no issues. Right, it's about time we shove this thing in the car. Let's see how we go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, INHONOUR has a heart again. So a little bit of struggle street, of course, there's always a way, but it's sitting in there. It's got a few bell housing bolts, engine mounts are on, and a few bits and pieces. So this is the point that we needed to get it to before I go away. So I'm off to work for a week or so I'm not going to be able to help. So you're left in Dad's capable hands. I'm going to try and teach Dad how to use a GoPro gently, and we'll see how we go from there. But it's in. All we need to do now is just all the bolt up bits and pieces, which, well, look, if we had a fair crack at it, would probably just be a day's worth of work. But Dad can tinker with it over the next week while I'm away at work. But it does look good in here in the blue. Blue and green should never be seen apparently, but it does look okay in there, even though it is a shade of forward blue. Alright, well, let's get it covered up and have some lunch. Dad's been toiling away. I'm just about to leave to go to work. He's got all the extractors, all the exhaust all back on. Looks like he's got most of the wiring run. And he's on bracketry, etc. for alternators. Power steering. All that sort of, no, power steerings. Astra pump. Tucked away under there. And a V6 Commodore vacuum pump for the brakes. Works a treat. So yeah, he's been plodding along. Looks like he's got everything all buttoned up. So yeah, hopefully from here on out I can get him to use the GoPro and keep going with that. Okie dokie. Well, I've returned from a week away at work. As you can see behind me, our Ford blue painted engine has a manifold, some carbies, and a whole heap of bits and pieces. Excuse the water pump setup. We've actually had to order a new style water pump. Our Davis Craig one, which we've had for a little while, I would not recommend. Has completely shit the tin again. It's the second one, second style, a second one that's identical, thinking the first one was just a faulty one, but it turns out they just are all shit. So we've ordered a new water pump, which will definitely arrive after this video has been put out. So we are at the point of firing it up. So we're just gonna go through and get it, go over a few little bits and pieces, try and bring some oil pressure up, and then we are going to kick her in the guts and see how it goes. You come along for the ride. But Dad went through everything, all the Dad went through the carbies, checked everything all over, had it all put together, so it's looking pretty good. Last couple of tweaks and we're ready. Right, we had about 30 pounds of oil pressure on the crank on the starter motor. How's that? It's not bad effort. So Dad's just got the last of the plugs back in now. Clip up some wiring, bring some fuel up. Hopefully she fires. Let's have a look. Okie dokie, let's see what happens in this thing. Battery terminal. There's always something, isn't there? Oh, I got it back. Oh, good. Okay, that's not quite right. Let's keep some investigation. Okay, let's try this. Keep working at it, it's getting better. Rightio, it seems we've got a little bit better. Let's see what it does. Hey? Well, it hasn't fired yet properly. Alrighty, not having much luck here. It did fire for 2 seconds. So let's keep working at this.
Maybe give it a little bit of throttle, not too much.
Yeah, I'm hardly even touching it. Alright, 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Well, at least it's tried to start.
Yeah. Well, it did actually fire. Yeah.
Started.
Alright, we'll keep working at it. Well, you wouldn't believe it. As she runs. Dad goes off to a doctor's surgery, I play with it for a few minutes and the fucking thing runs. Sorry, Dad. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you've noticed, INHONOUR is back up and running again. It's a bit of a relief. We didn't think it was going to start for a bit there, but persistence is key. She is a little bit temperamental. It's still got a rustle tune in it. Yeah, she's up and running. So I guess it's about time we say where we're going to take the big girl for its first outing back on the pad again. and we're taking it to Karratha. So Karratha Smoke Fest, I think it is, or Burnout Fest or something or other. I'll double check it. I'll put a link somewhere here. Yeah, something like that. We're going to be taking INHONOUR up there for a crack at the open class. So she sounds pretty good. Oil pressure's awesome. Once it starts, she's good. So thanks very much for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, send us all the anything. I don't know about it. What do you think? Does it sound good? I think it actually sounds tougher than it sounded for a while. Actually, that sounded pretty nasty at the exhaust. So little bit happier with this motor in it. Still not fully tuned. Dad's still got to go over the carbies yet. We've still got a couple of little issues with these two pair of buggers. But we need to get, we have got a new water pump on order. We need to get an oil pressure sender arriving and a few little bits and pieces. So we'll brush over that probably before we head up to Karratha, and we'll let you see that in the future. Yes, so Karratha it is. We're coming your way, 19th of July. So from now it's about less than 3 weeks. Less than 3 weeks. So the next video you'll see though will be following this is going to be probably, I'll drop it on the weekend. Not one of our normal videos, but it'll be my week in Karratha. So if that interests you, let me know what you think. But yeah, we go and watch Eskimo Joe and get behind the scenes up there for that. So thanks very much. We'll see you on the next time.